What is the worst response to "I'm dying"? I was with my auntie when she was told she had 3 to 4 months left. I didn't know what to say. I looked at her and she said, "I've got food in my fridge that's got a longer expiry date than that." Then she proceeded with, "Well, that's that then, thanks doctor." I didn't know what to say or do. I then started laughing, and she said, "I've had a good innings and it's my own fault for smoking." She had lung cancer. She lasted 7 months just out of pure stubbornness. I sure miss her. Surviving out of pure stubbornness is my new favorite phrase now. In fact, it is so motivating that starting today I will be kinder to myself and live better, just despite the living hell out of all the people I do not like, and the list is long. When I was 17, my dad had a seizure/stroke combo that almost killed him on Thanksgiving Day, USA. Technically, it did kill him, but they brought him back 3 times. From what we were told, the paramedics brought him back the first 2 times, once at the house, once in the ambulance, and the 3rd time, at the hospital. They had given up and were calling it, but he came back on his own. We blame it on him being too stubborn to die. He kept exceeding his expiration dates until finally a widowmaker took him down 11 years ago when I was 36. We were told he wouldn't see me graduate high school, and he lived another 19 years after that. He missed his first grandchild by 4 days, and the day of his passing was the eve of my parents' 40th wedding anniversary. To recap, he died 3 times in 1993 and was too stubborn to stay dead. He finally stayed dead almost 2 decades later in 2012. I like your dad. Can you die quieter? I'm watching TV. Literally told this, and next day rushed to hospital with suspected ruptured appendix. Turned out only to be the worst case of IBS, from salmonella poisoning, where I was in for 3 weeks. My granddad did apologize after, so this comment hit me in the funny feels. I've definitely said this to my wife because she jokingly says I'm dying for any minor pain or ailment she has. Now I'm terrified one day this is going to be the last thing I say to her. Given the running joke, if she actually does come to you, saying she has something terminal, I assure you you'll be able to tell the difference. Just make sure you look at her when she says it, rather than flippantly doing it over the shoulder. Appreciate every last eye roll. Skill issue. My friend said that to his mom when she told him that a relative went to a hospital. He kinda did what everyone here pretends to do, lol. It was just a health check though, but my friend didn't know it until his mother told him. She didn't really notice what he said though, since they're Dutch, and she wasn't prepared for him saying that in English. Does everything have to be about you? Have you considered the position you leave me in? Now I need a new gardener/nanny/housekeeper. Worst sibling ever. I still expect your 2 weeks' notice beforehand. Again? Wasn't it as recent as last year you took days off to get cancer surgery to save your life? Well, it seems a waste of time off to me. Finally, can I get your cookie recipe now then? Just remember, you still haven't helped me trim my garden's hedges. Dry your eyes, mate, I know how you feel. I just had the worst day at work, feel like I died today. Janet had the audacity to wear red again, knowing full well red is my color. And she said he in the morning, so unprofessional. She should have said pleasant morning, but no, she just want to piss me off on purpose. And HR doesn't do shit, and Mike, my boss, really don't want to get between us. And / oddly specific. I ain't reading all that. My best friend was borderline Munchausen syndrome. In and out of hospital for no reason. I pushed her around in a wheelchair because her feet were tired. She told me she had a brain tumor and I just thought it was another stunt. Unfortunately, she was telling the truth and died last year. Best reaction is to give people the benefit of the doubt and have sympathy. He didn't die, but my dad was diagnosed with cancer several years ago. I went to visit him to help my parents move and see how he was doing. He lad lost a ton of weight. I'd never seen him so skinny. Almost gaunt looking. I was at a loss for words, and he and I have a weird sense of humor, so I said to him, you know, there are better ways to lose weight. Maybe try diet and exercise. My wife was mortified, my dad almost cried because he was laughing so hard. Just kidding, your test results say you're completely cured. You'll live a long and healthy life. Nah, I'm lying. You're really sick, you might have another few months to live. But look on the bright side, you can finally quit that shit-ass job you hate so much. I suggest wasting all your hard-earned money on alcohol, drugs, and prostitutes. Oh, and don't bother setting up another appointment with the receptionist, it's just a waste of our time. Have a nice day, and take care. Bye. Nurse, can you send in the next patient? Staring the person dead in the eye. Pull phone out of pocket. Text them a bunch of that stupid laughing crying emoji. Never break eye contact. Then have a threesome with their parents and videotape it. Put it on Pornhub and title it "The Sex Isn't Great, but at least the one have to deal with their stupid kid being alive anymore." I screened positive for an incurable form of cancer this February. I had a positive biopsy, an illness that is secondary to said cancer, which has a median overall survival of 6 months, in April. I reconnected with a therapist that I saw a few times a few years back to get some help with processing my feelings about all of this. During a session, I was weeping while I said, and now I'll never grow old, and I'll never get to know my husband as an old man either. The woman, a licensed counselor, looked right into my face and said, "Trust me, getting old sucks, and he may turn into a curmudgeon that you can't stand to be around, too." I posted on FB to my friends that my daughter had passed away after a long illness. I was looking at the reactions because one of my friends wasn't sure if she'd reacted and didn't want me to think she didn't care. As I looked through, I saw lots of sad faces and hearts, but there was one thumbs up. It was her. She didn't live it down for weeks. Luckily I have a dark sense of humor as a coping mechanism after going through a lot. Oh, I feel so sorry for you. My life has been rubbish, but it gets better. No one. Start with getting rid of any partners that drag you down. Then work on yourself and then find a partner. And if you've kids, grab them close and do no one. The world gets better. X. Thank you. Yes, I was with an AH for nearly 10 years. After a lengthy court and social care bias landslide, a lot of backstory, I found out that he had been having multiple affairs while I stayed at home to look after our 2 severely disabled children and his boys from a previous relationship. The mother is narcissistic and manipulative and overall just a nightmare to deal with. I'm sure she has the same to say about me though. We lost our daughter in the process, and after the boys went back and I found out, I kicked him out so fast he was reeling for months. He then died, open verdict, 6 months later, leaving me in mass debt. 5 years on and I have paid off my car, 99.99% of the debt, and am hoping to plan a holiday with my son, who's the cutest little devil ever. I have had to go through hell to get to the point I'm at, but I found me a man who is worth his weight in gold. He's a unit, lol. The words of a friend who'd met him at the beginning. We support each other and I have the boundaries I have today, solely because of his help. I'm very lucky. I know things will get better, but I'm also pretty fed up of the constant battle. ATM. It's really sweet of you to message support to a stranger. I wish only the best for you and your future ex. Yeah, this guy is hilarious. Waitress, more wings for my buddy here. Man, he's wheezing a lot. Buddy, you should join me at the gym. Thud, oh, you're tired? Well, we'll leave after the set. No, you aren't. It's just because you're on that damn phone all the time. Maybe if you were to put your phone away and had a better sleep schedule, you'd live. Please like and subscribe for more daily content.